Cursor just told its heaviest users the $40 seat isn't for them anymore. Not in those words. But if you run agents all day, if Composer is your daily driver, the math now points to $120 a month. Per seat. Not per team. That's 3 times the price for the exact same workflow you had in June. The assumption that just broke, that a Cursor team seat cost $40, flat, no matter how hard you pushed it. Not anymore. Not since July 1st. Here's what changed, why Cursor did it, and what I actually moved my team to instead, including one twist in this story that almost nobody's talking about yet. Okay, so here's what was true before any of this happened. One flat price. That was the whole deal. Every Cursor team seat cost $40 a month, $32 if you paid yearly, 1 tier, no standard, no premium. You got pro features, team billing, SSO, and a bug bot add-on for another $40 if you wanted it. Usage was request-based. You spent roughly the same credit whether you asked a one-line question or told an agent to build a whole feature. This flat pricing had already survived one fight. Back in June 2025, Cursor quietly moved Pro from 500 fixed requests a month to a $20 credit pool, and plenty of users didn't notice until their bill jumped past $100. Cursor apologized on July 4th, offered refunds, promised clearer pricing next time. Teams kept its flat $40 seat for almost another year after that. That was the deal everyone budgeted around. That deal is gone. Here's what's true today, straight off Cursor's own pricing page. Teams now splits into 2 seat types. Standard is still $40 a month, $32 annual, and Cursor actually gives it more usage than before, so light users aren't losing anything. Premium is $120 a month, $96 annual. 5 times the usage of Standard for 3 times the price. Cursor's own claim is that Premium covers a full month of heavy agent work for 99% of power users. That's Cursor's number, not an independent audit. Here's the part that trips people up. Every seat, Standard or Premium, now has 2 separate spending pools. Pool 1 covers Cursor's own models, Auto and Composer 2.5, and it's generous because Cursor owns those models and runs them near raw compute cost. Pool 2 covers everything else. Claude, GPT, Gemini, build at real API price, plus Cursor's own markup of 1/4 cent per million tokens on top. Run out of Pool 1 and you can pay on demand. Upgrade the seat or drop to a flat rate mode. Run out of Pool 2 on a model like Claude Sonnet and the bill climbs fast. A team pushing 1 million tokens a day through Sonnet alone can hit $550 a month, more than 10 times a single standard seat. And the timing? New customers got this June 1st. Renewing customers started transitioning July 1st. If you're on an annual plan signed before June, you might not feel it until as late as next May, but it's coming for every seat eventually. Picture a 10-person team with 2 heavy agent users and 8 light ones. Mix 2 premium seats with 8 standard seats, and you land around $560 a month total. Put all 10 on premium instead, and you're paying $1,200 a month for people who barely need it. The seat mix you choose isn't a small decision anymore. So that's the what. Now here's why Cursor actually built it this way. So how did we get here? 2 reasons. First, agentic coding is expensive in a way plain chat never was. A normal question costs pennies. But an agent task, Composer running for minutes, calling a model over and over, holding 100,000 tokens of context in its head, can burn $1, $5, sometimes $18 on the priciest models in one task. Do the math on a single mid-sized task, 100,000 input tokens and 50,000 output. On Claude's Sonnet, that's about $1. On Claude's top-tier model, it's closer to $3.50. Multiply that by 10 background agent tasks a day, and one developer alone can burn through $1,000 a month in raw API cost. Cursor's own developer habits report found something telling. Its top 1% of developers write 46 times more code than the median developer. Same $40 seat, wildly different cost to actually serve. Cursor was losing money on its heaviest users, and Premium exists to fix that gap. Second, Cursor built its own model, Composer 2.5, priced at 50 cents in and 250 out per million tokens, roughly 1/10 the cost of renting Claude or GPT. That's not an accident. The generous first-party pool only makes sense because Cursor now has a cheap model of its own to push you toward. And there's a bigger number sitting behind all of this. Cursor raised $2.3 billion in November 2025 at a $29.3 billion valuation. Bloomberg reported its revenue doubled to $2 billion a year by March 2026. At that valuation, investors don't just want growth anymore. They want margin. The token markup, the push toward Curzor's own cheaper model, the seat split. All of it reads like a company protecting margin at the exact moment it has to prove it can. So who does this help and who does it hurt? Here are the winners and losers. Winners first. Anyone who barely touches agent features, light tab completion users, occasional chat users, stays on standard, and that seat now includes more usage than before, at the same price. Teams leaning hard into Composer 2.5 win too, because that's the cheap pool. Now the losers. Any developer running heavy agent workloads on a standard seat faces a real choice: pay 3 times more for premium, or eat on-demand overage charges. A recurring complaint on Reddit's Cursor community. Developers who had unlimited feeling auto access last year are now being told they need the $120 seat to do the exact same job they were doing for $40. That's a price hike wearing a tier upgrade as a costume. Teams that prefer Claude or GPT over Cursor's own models lose the hardest. Every one of those tokens gets metered at real API price, plus Cursor's own markup. And there's a quieter loser, whoever manages the team. Someone now has to decide, seat by seat, who gets premium and who doesn't. Nobody had to have that conversation when every seat cost the same. But before you go looking for an exit, here's the honest read and the twist. My original plan for this video was simple: replace Cursor with continue.dev plus Ollama, running models locally for free. Here's the problem. Continue.dev, 35,000 GitHub stars, the leading open source Cursor alternative, was quietly acquired by Cursor itself in June 2026. The team got folded in. The product shut down. Cloud data was deleted by mid-July. The exact open source escape hatch people were using to avoid Cursor got bought by Cursor. So the free setup I'm actually running now uses Tabby instead, a separate, still independent, self-hosted assistant with almost 34,000 stars of its own, paired with Ollama for the local models. And I'll be straight about what you give up. There's no equivalent to Cursor's cloud background agents. Nothing runs your tasks while you sleep. Multi-file refactors are noticeably weaker. Local models lose track across files more often than Composer does. Context windows are smaller too. Local models top out around 80 to 250,000 tokens versus Claude's 2 million on the high end. On independent coding benchmarks, the best local models sit roughly 13 to 18 points behind frontier models, a real gap, not a rounding error. What you do get, genuinely, 0 cost per query, and your code never leaves your own machine. A real win if you're in defense, healthcare, or finance. Here's the actual math from my own team. A shared GPU box, amortized over 3 years plus electricity, runs about $247 a month total for 10 developers. All 10 of those same developers on Cursor Premium would cost $1,200 a month. That's not a small gap, it's roughly a fifth of the price. But nobody hands you that server for free either. Someone has to update Ollama, swap in new models, and fix it when it crashes mid-session. Budget real hours for that, not 0. So what to watch over the next few months? Here's the signal. Cursor's SpaceX and XAI acquisition, reportedly worth around $60 billion, is expected to close by the end of this quarter, and that will likely push Grok even deeper into that free first-party pool. More annual subscribers will keep rolling onto the new pricing every month through next May, so expect fresh complaints every few weeks as each new batch feels it land. Watch for a real community fork of continue.dev to either gain traction or quietly die. And on September 1st, Anthropic's introductory Claude Code pricing ends, a 50% jump that could push more developers towards self-hosting, or right back into Cursor's arms. So here's the move for this week. Don't upgrade a single seat to premium yet. Pull up your team's usage dashboard, find who's actually heavy, and test Tabby plus Ollama on one spare machine before you pay for anything.